What's going on, y'all? It's your boy Playmaker Way with the playbook. Hoping you're having a great day, morning, or evening. And y'all read the title, man. 5 stocks to buy non-stop for the next 45 days. Now, if this is your first time on the channel, welcome. I appreciate you giving this video a chance. Make sure to hit that bell and sub button because we don't post weekly content like this. We also post weekly crypto and altcoin analysis, as well as most importantly, we live stream and live trade every day, London session 3 a.m. EST on this very same channel. So we're not your typical trading channel or your typical investment channel. We show you how to make money both on the front end as well as on the back end, meaning how to make money actively as well as passively when it comes on these charts and when it comes to investing. Special shout out to the members and students. We had another crazy month. I'm gonna do the recap of the month on Monday, but we only lost one trade the month of March. Went absolutely crazy, absolutely insane. Y'all see it, y'all see me scrolling, y'all see it. So that, and then on February, and then for February, skip that. Then for February, we went 12-0, gives 100% win rate. And then to start off the year, January, we went 17-3, gives 85% win rate. So we absolutely smacked Q1 right in the face, man, really firmly. You know what I'm saying? And we're not going to stop right here. So we got some bangers for y'all. Again, it's not financial advice. Always do your own research. But if y'all been following me for a while, you know our analysis are pretty accurate. And again, these are the best price points if you are considering to invest on these stocks to DCA in and DCA out at. Now, speaking of which, is the first thing is CVS. Now, you checked out my video from February. In the February when I dropped the dividend stocks video, this was one of those. A couple of them were a little bit down, but this one in particular shot all the way up. I told y'all I was going to fill this gap up. So again, this was February, as you can see here. And you can see last month, March, price pushed up. So right now, not only did we fill that gap up, but there's a couple things you need to pay attention to. One, you get a nice dividend yield on this. And two, CVS is medical. CVS also, you know, CVS, Walgreens, freaking, I think Rite Aid. I think they own all of those. I know CVS and Walgreens are definitely go hand in hand, depending on what part of the country, and Rite Aid is a thing as well. But I say that to say, CVS got everything. They got the medical stuff going on, prescriptions, and a convenience store. So again, this is something that's definitely going to be important, especially if our quote-unquote recession is going to take place. This is going to be something serious you're going to want to have in hand. Now, again, I'm not saying make this be 50% of your portfolio, but you're definitely going to want to have some, especially because it's at a pretty cheap price. It's currently at $63, $64. So let's go back to the smaller time frame. So as we can see here, we not only filled that gap up right here, but we failed to hold $65, $66 as support. Again, we need to hold $65, $50, $66 as support in order for price to continue to push up. If we can hold that level as support, we can see price head up. We can see price head is way up to $70 and as high as $75. Now, depending on what it looks like when market opens, we also have a gap down here, which help push us up to this level. So we failed to hold $65.50 as support. We can see price retrace back down to $61 or even back down to fill this gap up at $56, $58. Okay, but for the uptrend to continue come to play, we're going to have to hold $65.50 as support. If we can see that happen, we can see price make its way up to $75, like I said, and if we hold that support, we can see the uptrend come into play. All right, so make sure to pay attention to these price levels right here. Now, number two, we got Palantir. And I've been talking about Palantir for a minute. Now, if y'all was with us last year, y'all know I was telling y'all about that literally all last year, and y'all could have got in when we had this big push to the upside. All right, now we're not as low as CVS or a lot of other charts. We're not even in a downtrend as far as Palantir is concerned yet. We're still in the middle of a higher low and a retracement. All right, so the way price is at right now is at $74. It can make its way back down to retest $68, $67. Now, if we hold that as support, we can make our way back up to $84, but we need to hold $84 as support. As you can see, we did not hold that level of support, but we did fill that gap up like I told y'all a couple weeks ago. But if we can hold $85, $84 support, we can make our way back to 102. But we're going to have to hold 102 as support in order to get back to the all-time highs of 126, or even surpass those all-time highs and go to 130, 140. Now, if we fail to hold $68, $6 of support, we can try to retrace back down to this gap here, make it our way back to $48, possibly down to $35, Okay, so make sure to pay attention to these price points when it comes to Palantir. Then that brings us into stock number 3, which is the Schwab US dividend. Now, this one I talked about before. As you can see, this is a fat rejection for the month of April just started. So this is very, very good because you not only do get a dividend payout quarterly on this, but this is super cheap and it's very consistent. As you can see, it doesn't really do that too much volatile stuff. So for it to do a rejection like this is actually good because we can see things go on discount. And again, when it comes to these dividend yields, the cheaper they are, the better, because that means you can buy more shares, meaning that the more shares you have, the more dividends you get per share, meaning you get more shares the more shares you have. This is how the rich get richer, right? So everybody be talking about all this stuff's expensive. This is literally $25. Just don't buy Chipotle for 2 days and you're straight, right? Don't go to Panda Express. Don't get that happy meal. Just, you know what I'm saying? It's not that much. And again, it's not, a lot of y'all be trying to get to that $1,000 saved, the 110K saved instantly. You have to start little by little, and if you need help with that, I have just the thing for you. All right, just click the link in the comments and I got this ebook for y'all, the Investing for Beginners, Planting Seeds for a Lifetime of Wealth. So this is a perfect example of what I mean by just starting off small, right? So this is a 1-year return, a 5-year return as of 2023 of what these stocks performances did. So in 1 year, Apple did a 25% gain, but in 5 years, it did a 300% gain. So let's say you would have put $500 in. That 500 in 1 year would have been $625. That 500 in 5 years would have been $2,000. So again, starting with a little, you can still make a lot. And that's just $500 one time. As you put $500 every year, or $500 every month, or every 2 months, or every quarter, then you would have a lot more. So again, make sure to check out that ebook. I got a lot of good game in there, especially for those that's new to investing or the long-term investing side. So make sure to check that out. But this is a good one. Very stable. As you can see, this was months of price staying in one place. So again, it's very stable for the most part. We just have certain things going on right now, but again, this is a good time to get in because it's a lot cheaper. It was just at $29, now it's at $25. So again, it's on discount. So for where it's at right now, is retesting this low here at $25.30. If it holds $25.30 as support, it can make its way back up to $26 and possibly back up to $27. Now, if it holds $27 back as support, we can see the bullish momentum come back to $28.30, $28.40 price range. But if, again, we see a gap here, so it could try to fill that gap up. But if we break this little tree back as a resistance, we can see price make its way back down to $23, $24, or even possibly as low as $23, $22.50, which is still, it's not bad, but this is definitely one you want to have, especially with all this volatility going on. You want something that's going to be a little bit more stable, so you definitely want to have this one. Then that brings us into number 4, right? And that is Meta. Again, we was all the way up here or January. Everybody that was complaining about that Q4 pump, like I said, we're right back where we left off Q4, Q3. So everybody that missed that pump, we're right back there. So right now we're about to retest and see how markets look when it opens up. 490, 500 price range. Again, we see some gaps here. If we can respect and hold this level as support, we can see price make its way back up to 528. Possibly back up to 566. Now it's going to need to hold 566 as support for the bullish momentum to continue and to see 600 or even 640 get hit again. Now, if it breaks 488, 490 treats as resistance, we can see price push down to 458 or try to fill this gap up down here at 380, 382. So again, if that happens, you'll not be too shocked to surprise. But this is still a good stock to have. And again, things are on discount. Everybody was upset when they missed Meta going to 740, but now when it's back at 500, which is $200 down, people are scared to get in. But this is why UGCA, you don't just put in, if you have $500 to invest, you don't put all $500 in at once. You put 25 here, 25 there, 25 there, 25 everywhere. Okay, that is what dollar cost averaging is. And last but not least, we got MicroStrategy. Again, while everything's been quote unquote tanking and crashing, this thing has been chilling at 256 and respecting 256, 257 as support. All right, so we can maintain and hold this level as support. We can see price make its way back up to 398, 400 price range. Again, it's going to need to hold that level as support for the uptrend to continue and for us to see the all-time highs at 550 get hit again. Now, If it fails to hold 253, 255 support, it could try to retrace back down to 160, okay, which is a great deal, or even on the extreme 106. So these are the 5 stocks I got for y'all this video. I've been talking about a couple of these a lot, but again, I want to keep y'all up to date on what's going on, as well as give you those up-to-date price points to pay attention to, because again, a lot of videos you see online, it's just a bunch of fear mongering, or people talking, oh, it's down this, down that, or y'all should buy. They wonder why people get fucked up in the markets, because they're not telling you where to buy, because a lot of people are not looking at the charts. You know how people say follow the money? How are you following the money if you're not looking at the charts? You get what I'm saying? So if y'all enjoyed this video, make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Comment down below any questions, comments, concerns you may have. Make sure to hit that first link in the description to join the free Signal free Telegram. If you're interested in learning how to identify these levels, my signaling service on the mentorship program, make sure to hit those links in the description. But before you make a decision, let me tell you a little bit about those details. Advanced Play Signal, we trade Tokyo session exclusively with the members. We trade London session and then New York. Just like the Sunday chart analysis I drop in the free Signal, I drop one every day during New York session called the New York Price Watch List. This is where I go over the trades we took during Tokyo session, London session, and possible setups going into New York. I don't just say we're looking for buys or looking for sells. I explain why we're looking for buys, why we're looking for sells, and then I take it a step further and go over key price points to look for entries and exits on. As you can see here, I call this Signal. You see I'm walking y'all through what's going on with the trades we're in. I'm giving y'all updates to what I talked about in the New York Price Watch List. And then of course you see me showing y'all screenshots to visually show y'all what's going on behind the scenes, or what I see on my end behind the scenes. All right, we also have exclusive live streams that we go live during New York news events at least twice a week. And just like the London session lives, if you missed the live, they're recorded and posted in here so you can watch them when you get a chance. You have access to over 500 videos of daily chart analysis and weekly live streams. And in fact, you have access to even the ones last year in 2022. Then there's also the pinned messages like the account size key, the student and member group chat, and much more. Now I also have the course, of course. The course doesn't just teach you my trading strategy, it also teaches you how to read the charts, because that's what I teach y'all. You saw I had no indicators, no trend lines. It's simply just market flow and trading and entering and exiting off key price levels. Now all the stuff that I just went over, you get access to all that stuff in the course channel. So that way, not only do you have the step-by-step playbook of how to look and read any chart at all times, but you have ongoing chart analysis, ongoing education for life. Now I also have one-on-one sessions. One-on-one sessions also comes with access to the Advanced Play Signal Room and the student member group chat. That way you can earn while you learn, but then you also get 2 sessions a week that are recorded an hour long, but you also get 2 sessions a week that are recorded in an hour long and they're sent to you same day. Those are yours to keep for life. So if you're interested in that, hit those links in the description. If y'all want to contact me directly, y'all can DM me on Instagram at playmaker_way. Also make sure to follow me on there, and TikTok _playmakerway_. I post daily on both pages. And I'll see y'all next time I'm live or next time I post a video. Peace. We out.